Hey, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I missed everybody so much. I know I haven't done the Saturday or the Sunday afternoon decompression time live streams in a while. And even though I'm sickly this week, I just couldn't wait any longer. I missed y'all too much. And I think we need it. We need to have some time to have some fun and decompress. And joining me right now is Mr. Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. Thanks for joining me, Yossi.
Thanks for having me. It's the first time I'm here.
Yes. And it's good to see SOP, Cute Kitchen and Beyond. Josh was out there a little bit ago. And so we'll see. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the notifications to go out. So we'll give it a few minutes.
Josh had a headache.
You had a headache?
No, Josh.
Oh, Josh has a headache. Oh.
Yeah, he was drinking last night.
Well, Josh. You're still here? Okay. Yeah, that can happen. And our Oklahoma weather is really rough right now. Like it can get, warm during the day and then just freezing cold at night. And it messes with you so much. As y'all can tell, I'm hoarse. Went on our wonderful camping trip with all of my close YouTube friends, or with some of my close YouTube friends, not all of them. And we had so much fun. And but I got home and Wednesday when I was doing my live stream, I had woke up that morning with a really bad sore throat. And after I got off my live stream, man, all of a sudden I just started, like my head was instantly stopped up and I was coughing and everything. So I'm still kind of on the mend from all of that. So I was like, oh my, I hope I didn't have something that I could have given to anybody else while we were on our camping trip. I would have felt horrible. But so far, I think everybody seems fine. Praise God. I'm so happy about that because I didn't want to get anybody sick.
Tammy is really sick right now.
Who is?
Tammy from the Courtney Live on from the Rebel Canyon.
Oh, Tammy, yes. Hey, Suburban. Yeah, I hate to hear that.
Yeah, I talked to her yesterday. She's really sick.
Oh. Does she have the stuff that's going around?
Mm-hmm.
My sister Taffy and my brother-in-law Chad just got out of the hospital. They were in two separate hospitals, and they were both really, really sick with it. And he really should have been put on a vent, but they didn't put him on a vent. You can't catch crazy. I don't know. Crazy's pretty catchy in my neck of the woods, Josh.
Tammy's story is very strange because she, in the beginning, didn't have any symptoms. And apparently she had stab in the back between the shoulders.
Oh, so real
and she went to the hospital to check it out, and then they did the test and it came positive.
Wow. Oops, sorry. Let me get back to my comments here. Yeah, I had but my sister and brother-in-law, both of them ended up back home, but they were pretty rough, and all from a lady that went to work sick.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating. Got her sick, and then, she exposed her husband without knowing it. And so, yeah, what a mess. So anyway, but yeah, and then a local friend of mine who we've been friends with for years. Oh, sorry. No, CJ. Her husband just got out of the hospital yesterday. He's been sick for weeks, and they got it and didn't have any problems with it, and then was recouping from that and seemed to be doing well, no symptoms, and then all of a sudden it just bam hit his lungs, and he ended up with pneumonia and ended up in the hospital with it. and he was really pretty bad off too, but they did give him infusions, some of the infusions that were suggested by our former 45th president, and that ended up helping him. But yeah, thanks, Josh. I appreciate that.
Luckily, in Tammy's case, none of the family members have it.
That's good. My husband got it, and if I did, I may have been contagious, but I never knew it. I didn't run a fever or anything, but I still stayed quarantined with him. I mean, it was before we knew that's what this was, but I was afraid it was a flu. And so I stayed at home with him. I didn't go out.
Suddenly, we don't have the flu this season.
Oh, yeah, I know. Isn't that something? It's amazing how that disappeared these last couple of years. But yeah, I do believe that this is an actual thing. And I do believe it does hit your lungs harder than the common stuff that we've seen. I do believe that, but
I do believe that my mother passed away from that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I hate that. That makes me sick. It's tough, and I know it's tough going without, especially your mom. My mom, was my person I called anytime. And so I lost her at the beginning of all of this last year from heart failure. And so, and it was just the week before they started shutting everything down. We were limited on how many people could come to her services, her funeral services. But, yeah, I mean, at least we were able to be by her side in the hospital when she passed, versus a lot of other people that weren't able to do that during this time. So that's tough. It's tough. And so I feel for you. I know it's hard.
In the Jewish world, it's more complicated because when you bury someone, you need to have minimum of 10 males to pray. It's called a Kaddish.
Okay. And be praying and be like witnesses or whatever.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
You need at least 10 males. If you don't have 10 males, you cannot pray.
And were you able to do that for your mother?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad of that. I think it's really important that we're able to continue our traditions and things. It breaks my heart for the people that didn't even get to have services for their loved ones. I mean, like, it was just shut down.
Yeah.
That'd be difficult. But anyway, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I was a little concerned that it might be something like that as fast as it hit me, but if it is, so far, praise God, I'm doing okay. And I'm
even pretty sure that me and my brother had it earlier on the
earlier in the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my husband, he had it. He had been tested for strep and both types of flus, flu A and flu B, and some other things, and they didn't know what was wrong with him. And they put him on 3 different, like, really strong antibiotics, and nothing ever helped. And he had lost his sense of smell and taste, so we know that's what that was. But it was a couple of months before it was even supposed to have been here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and he recouped fine, but he had a hard time. He had a really hard time. So, my prayers are out there for everybody that's struggling, including for Tammy and for Alicia Stone. Because we know that she's probably not even aware of her husband's passing, which is heartbreaking, that she's battling this and when she does come to, then they're going to have that realization kick in that he's no longer with her. So, that's got to be tough. So we've got a lot of praying to do and stuff. But
This whole
hey, Sandra,
situation, it's very difficult because when my uncle passed away from Alzheimer and Parkinson together, my aunt was so heartbroken that she passed away a month later,
yeah,
and
I've
she
seen,
was healthy.
yeah, I've seen that because I've worked in nursing homes and hospitals, and there are couples that had never spent a day apart, never. And like if the spouse was admitted, the other spouse. Oh, sorry, Uncle Al's back here. Sorry, sorry, Uncle Al.
That's all right.
Dead today.
Just talk.
When the spouse was admitted, the other spouse would come in and stay in the hospital with them, and would a lot of times be admitted because they couldn't handle being away from each other. It caused them a lot of anxiety and stuff. And yeah, a lot of times, if the spouse passed, then the other one would, within usually sometimes a few days, sometimes, and they were healthy before, sometimes a few days up to a month or so.
And old
I
people, it's
really do believe
very,
you can die from being heartbroken. I really
yeah.
do.
Oh yeah,
My
because
my parents was the same thing. My parents was together for 46 years until my mom passed away.
I had two elderly disabled people, and one had a serious heart condition, and he passed away. The wife, I tried to comfort her and came back with coffee. Unfortunately, she went with him, went to the light
Wow.
because only they died between each one of them
Yeah.
about an hour, and she was still sitting next to his side. He just
Wow. Well, that one of my YouTube friends, We Tree Bonsai, she was an excellent mod for a ton of people and modded for me for quite a while. When her husband, we hadn't heard from them in a while, and the police finally went and checked on her and her husband, and they were both deceased on the floor. And at first they thought that one had had a heart attack, and the other one had maybe fallen and broken their hip. And so they first thought that she laid there and suffered, but she didn't. They found out later that basically one had a heart attack, probably her husband. Hey, Jay. And he went to, or she went to go try to help him, and the excitement from that caused her heart to fail. So they both passed away like within just minutes apart of each other from what they're figuring. So that brought me some comfort that nobody was laying there suffering for a long time. That would have been awful. Hey,
Yeah.
Laura.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura.
Yeah, that would have been tough. But
Thank you,
thankfully,
thank you, Sandra. By the way,
pardon. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, Sandra,
she,
thank you for
she,
sharing that link. So we
yeah.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Um, but yeah, so I'm just grateful that my husband made it through it. I'm grateful that my sister and her husband have made it through it. And my friend's husband's made it through it. And I just have to just continue lifting people up in prayer. And if anybody needs prayer, you can email me. Awesome Suburban. She's an incredible lady. Yeah, if anybody ever needs prayer for anything, if you're feeling down, just know if you have breath in you, you have purpose in this world, you have purpose in my life, and that I love you. So
I have a little. I've been doing my own prayer circles because me, I'm a church elder.
right.
Peggy and Andy in Canada of Page Family Farm. Um, Andy suffered a minor stroke, and he still has bladder cancer, and he's
Mm.
doing chemo. So he's doing three things to take care of. That's always fun. And then because of the stress. Peggy tore uh, her retina.
Retina. Oh no.
So they're getting clobbered on both sides. But they have family close bys and good YouTube friends. Life with Michelle and Rob always back them up. And so do I. But I'm spread out. I got people here in California. I got people over there. I have common sense with Elizabeth.
Hmm.
Her cancer in the jaw came back. And then what else happened? Uh, Andy, I know a lot of Andys. Andy and Wendy, Mad Dog Survival in India, in England. Almost said
Uh-huh.
India. Wrong,
The
Andy.
the cancer in the jaw is
Painful.
it's very potent. It's
Yeah, any bone cancer is very.
Right.
I know someone he had a channel on YouTube and he died from it eventually. He
Yeah.
tried chemo, he tried operate, and everything failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want to talk about it because it's too depressing. Because I've
Yeah.
been doing research on other things. Uncle reads a lot of things, and I don't trust nobody. So, and also I keep good humor, and I keep good humor to everybody. But
Yeah.
Uncle Alan, I hate to say this, folks. I suffered 2 strokes, got stomped by a bull, hit by a truck. Let's see, lived through a flood, a fire. I lived through
You look
Stockton.
pretty good.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Q, bye. Thanks for stopping in and thank you for
Yeah,
playing it on loud.
yeah,
I want to say real quick 2 or 3 weeks ago was a mental health awareness day. And even sorry, uh, it's most important nowadays when everything is happened in the world to don't be afraid to reach help. It's not something against you. It's not
It's nothing to
most
be
of the
ashamed
time.
of.
Yeah, it's not to be ashamed of. Most of the time, you cannot do it alone.
true.
Yeah. It's not a weakness. We all come, I know I have plenty of times. We all come to a place where we need to vent. We need to um, seek some counsel from somebody who is can look at it from a perspective that's not so close. They're outside and they're looking in and they can kind of see things maybe that maybe we're not seeing. And also sometimes we just keep playing that negative record in our head over and over again, and we need a way to break that loop. And like what Yossi was talking about on Courtney's private live stream, um sometimes just going somewhere where you can get a good laugh and feel a part of some joy is
Even if you have someone to talk about it,
yeah.
it's most of the time help
Yes.
just to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And like I said, I share my email. You're welcome to email me, and there's that number. And if anybody ever needs that number, let me know. I'm usually up fairly late, although I am trying to go to bed a little earlier. But just always know that you are loved. You have purpose.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
Um,
loves Dave on Southern Ohio Prep, and YouTube's going to kick him out for another
yeah.
2 weeks.
well, you can vent privately. You just can't do it up here on the platform or you'll get booted
Yeah.
off. See, there's a difference. Y'all, I'm drinking out of a different mug today. This is my granddaughter's mug that she hangs up there with my flowery mugs that I'm usually drinking out of. I just missed her already and needed to feel close to her, and so I'm drinking my coffee out of her mug today.
Yeah.
She's cute.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Like I said, folks, if anybody wants to stop by Andy's channel or Life with Michelle and Rob, say hello and say happy birthday. I think it's this Andy. Andy number 1, Andy number 2, Andy number 3, Andy number 4, Andy number 5, Andy number 6. Andy, yeah, it's number 8. It's Andy and Peggy's birthday.
Oh
I
my.
know a lot of Andys. it's
Yeah, it's
getting
a very common name, huh?
I
and
know.
I have to count
I
on my fingers to remember.
I
Yeah.
know someone on YouTube called Andy Mendy Casagrande, something like that.
Andy
That is
Mindy
name.
Cuss. Oh my goodness.
That is his name,
Oh
and
my.
he is a shark diving and photographer.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Oh my.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Mug, I guess is what it is.
yeah, I got a nice card from Lori. Sent a little note. I got some
Oh.
seeds from her and a donation to my food drive. It's like I've been busy this week and I'm bloody exhausted. You would not believe. I've been
Mm,
taking notes. I've been warning people. I've been warning people. If you're in a California area, move because a lot of
Yeah,
people don't know what I know. Whoops, that's not it. I use cardboards a lot cheaper than writing on regular stuff because let's
let me
see.
present you, Uncle Al.
Hold on. On Monday, check out Will's live stream. I don't know what time, but it's preparedness and info. It's a chat line on Monday,
Okay.
and go check on that. You can make me smaller. This
But I
been
don't want to. I like your beautiful mug.
okay, but I do like to talk to people about simple things, common sense things that doesn't cost money.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these right now it's all the hucksters selling flashlights, water filters, special canteens. I'm looking at why the hell I need that for? You
Uncle,
know?
that's a problem. You talk to simple thing and talk to people, but people are stupid,
Yeah. I've seen a lot of stupid in my lifetime, trust me. But I
and it's
could t-
very contagious.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I,
It
I
is.
tell I tell a lot of people I do a lot of simple things, and everybody says I spent almost $100 on these special food bags. I'm like, why didn't you just go to Walmart and pick up regular sandwich and snack bags? You spent the same amount of money to buy a quart bag. Looks exactly the same, except it's branded different. Instead of saying Ziploc, it said this corporation for 100 bags. He got like that. It has the little plastic marking and everything. Exact same bag. He spent over $100.
That's crazy.
It
I don't
is.
understand that. I
It's
I
it's
mean,
a it's basically a quart freezer bag with a Ziploc. This is Ziploc. I like
People
Ziploc.
doesn't realize, uh, like I have a degree of for fixing
oh, okay.
phones and laptop, and
Right.
people doesn't realize Apple and Samsung, they all came out from the same factory, that you pay for the name
Yep.
sometimes,
Yep.
Right.
and it's very popular that sometimes the three or four brands, they all recreate on the same factory.
Yep. It's kind of like some of those medications that are for people and for fish. I won't go
Yeah.
into all of that, but it's exact same
Right.
factory
Only
doing it.
difference is to separate by a little plastic board. This goes to fish. This goes to human,
Yep.
fish, human, pig,
Yep.
whatever. But what
Hmm.
cracks me up, but Josie's right on the smartphones. They're all basic same models. Only difference is each manufacturer location has a different tweak to them. Because you kind of notice on the Samsung and the Apple, there's one or two little tweaks to them that
Yeah,
protect them in court. And also, Samsung moved all their stuff back to Korea because they got gypped, they got ripped off in China
yeah,
because Apple's totally in China. There's no electronics in America. It's
Yeah.
either uh, China, Vietnam, or South Korea. Japan is what
and
you
the
call it.
biggest problem with China, we have that 2 years ago, 2 years ago, when they have the new year, it's a month nobody works. so we didn't receive any scream, any nothing for half a, because they stop working for a month, then they need to start work again. Then you have all the factory all over the world, they need the part, and then they shipment, and the shipment it take time,
Yeah.
and you have a delay for half a year.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we need to, I hope that our country has learned something as far as, and no, we haven't, but I
No.
wish our country, we'll put it that way. Hey, Ginger, I wish our country would have learned something on these issues of all of the supplies coming from countries like that. That we are way too dependent on many other countries. Now, I understand there's some things that we just absolutely cannot manufacture here due to certain precious metals or whatever natural resources there are that just aren't here. But come on,
Right,
people.
because it's cheaper to manufacture over
Yes.
there
Yeah,
It's
but that's
readiness.
than shipping the rare metals and stuff to here because it costs more money. And
Think about it. How many
Right.
Chinese they have there? If someone don't come to work, they have 200 to replace him.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Hodu, with India.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's manufacturing cost by individual. I took economics; it drives you nuts. Trust me, Josie. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the big problem is we violated our own laws until the 1990s. America made about 60% of all the stuff they need, and then I won't say who, but a certain party came in for 10 years or 8 years and kind of messed things up. And, and I tell people it's too funny because they think they're making money, but they're not, and they're also violating certain laws. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I know. Everybody see Dave's. Yeah, Dave's one point of view, but it's very interesting. I do listen to people, and there's Gil.
Hey,
Hey,
gotta switch hats. My head is disappearing.
Well, you are bald, no?
Hat. It's the secret hat, folks,
You are bald.
and the sandwich bag. Can't believe people pay $1 for this.
Yeah.
It's a secret survival bag. No, it's a sandwich bag. It only cost me $2 at Costco
For an entire case of them, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at people and they're like, when they buy these whatchamacallit, snack bags, this one's Ziploc because you could tell the top, and then this
Yeah.
one's a store brand. I'm not paying $3 from a plastic bag manufacturer, high electronic component bag, $1.50. No, I'm just going to get a snack bag and put the electronics in
If
there.
you want a bag that they make a difference, bought the machine or do vacuum seals.
Yep.
Then you have a difference.
They have a different, but the rest of the electronic bags, they're not vacuum sealed. They're just the cheapo Ziploc, just different sizes.
Yeah.
Sorry I missed it. I was busy editing a video, so I didn't even see the email pop up.
It's okay. I didn't give anybody a heads up hardly at all. I've been sick, so I wasn't sure I'd even do this today. And I just decided, you know what? I miss everybody like crazy. And I just wanted to. I felt like we all needed to just kind of get together and just enjoy ourselves. And of course, I'll be over there tonight whenever Court and them do their pumpkin carving, but I had to watch.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch the pumpkin carving, and I'm going to quit at that. I'm not staying for the after party. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
I've been running around. I got physical therapy on.
And Uncle Al, I woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't go back to sleep. Came in here, and you're on the computer because you responded boom like that when I gave you a thumbs up.
Yeah, the thing is, we both on CPAC, and there's Dave. Dave's right in the corner.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
I don't sleep when I have the the CPAP because I have to have my head elevated, my feet elevated. I have to have a heating pad and a heated blanket, and then I have to turn everything off except for the CPAP. Take off the cushions from my leg, elevate me down, and then I could work the CPAP on me. You try to sleep like that.
Well, I'm lucky with what I did. I found from my work in construction and hazmat, when I got my CPAP, they tried to give me the one that just kind of blows up my nose. I go, it ain't going to work. And they put me on the test thing. It didn't work. They said, well, what are we going to do? We give you this one here. No, I want the one that covers the whole friggin' face, has the double strap around that stays on. So they they disgruntledly gave me what's called the whole face. Perfect. I can roll over with it. It doesn't matter because it's on my face and it's stuck and it's not going to come off.
No, I have the second one. I have that one because the nose one I can't use at all because I'm Asian and the right here is different. So they had to fit me a custom fit yes, Luke, I'm your father kind of one. That's because the I don't have a big head like Gil. So the full face one don't fit on me. It's just like, is it on? It's not covering my mouth. I can't see anybody.
Yeah.
Hi, CB.
Who's downstairs?
I told CB, Uga and Ivu is Kate.
And Dave's in the corner.
I'm always
Thank
in the
you for
corner.
hopping on with me, despite the fact that I didn't give anybody any or much notice.
I was first.
He was first. You have two.
I was filling my face with food.
Fuzzy has videos. Fuzz Fork in the house. Hey, Fuzz. Good to see you. Okay, I'm going to put my email here, Celtic, on the banner. Here, I'll just put it here instead of on the banner. And then you can email me your channel link.
And be careful. And be careful, folks. We got a lot of trolls this year. They're hitting everybody.
Yeah.
I got the same races. I reported them 3 months ago.
Asha, did you see my video that I put up? My first?
Yes, I did. I loved it. I commented over on Courtney's messenger stuff, and hold on. We got.
That's what I think of a CPAP thing. That's what it feels like. Gil, pay attention now.
That's how I would feel. I would feel so claustrophobic with that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that comes to mind when people say, "Oh, I wear a full face." Sorry, not me.
Oh, Giggles here.
Hi, Giggles.
Yeah, I've seen her on other live stream.
I've seen Celtic also. So yeah, just email me, Celtic, and then I'll share your channel link, and that way I'll have it too. Because I thought you'd put out a video or two, but I'm just not finding your channel no matter how I search.
I'm getting a new camera tomorrow.
Pardon?
Right.
I'm getting a new camera tomorrow.
Right.
New camera. Yes.
Yeah.
Trouble is when if you're a low number channel, because Gil did a good one for shout outs. It's a great shout out for everybody for low number channels. You have
good teaching channels too.
And teaching channels. And they get really low numbers, like Dave. And I forget who else.
I don't get low numbers. Don't put me in that group. It's all about analytics and knowing how to use the tools that are available. Like vidIQ, putting in the proper terms into certain boxes will push your even low subscriber and low channel count up to near the top. It's all on the keywords used. There's two different places to put keywords. And if you put the keywords in both places, the YouTube algorithm, no matter how low your channel is, I've got videos 6 months ago that had 1 or 2 views that when I changed a series of keywords are suddenly 3,000 and 4,000 views. So all I do is getting something like vidIQ or something buddy or whatever it is that the YouTube buddy.
I put up 4-minute video and I have more than 100 views there.
Yeah, all it takes is the proper words.
Sorry, I'm trying to upload my other video here at the same time. I got it all edited. And I just
No
hit
problem.
the wrong button there.
No
So I'm
problem.
playing it.
No
playing a game.
problem.
During editing, I'll probably. Yeah. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't like to use the keyword phrase because I've been studying I can't say it right. Media manipulation and algorithms. I don't like to use that because it's not the truth. And sometimes it'll affect the people. How can he say it? Mountains of the Moon. That's code that nobody understands, but a few people does. It changes the pattern in your head. So once you see those words, you constantly go back to them like a hound dog. Oh, bacon! It's bacon! Or squirrel! It's squirrel!
Uncle Al, you
Why do you think my
mind
videos are
control.
getting so big now? I put bacon and squirrel in the search terms.
No wonder why mine went off the chart. I put bacon squirrel or squirrel bacon is what I put.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I need to put pizza.
Pizza. There you go.
Pizza's the
That's
third or
right.
fourth term used. Yep.
I'm excited to learn how to make pita bread from you, Yossi. I've been wanting to learn how to make pita bread forever, and I don't think it's going to be that difficult, is it?
No.
Can you make a
It
flatbread?
doesn't have many ingredients also.
Good. No, I've never made a flatbread, but I'm sure I've
No,
seen other
flatbread's
people.
easy. I'm just trying to remember that I used to make flatbreads like nonstop, the Indian bread and stuff like that. I'm trying the one that uses garbanzo bean flour, and it's a bread. I can't remember if it's naf or it's the other unleavened bread.
Channel formerly known as Courtney's husband. I can show you how to fix that.
The one that you're talking about, the Uncle Al, I did the type of tortilla from garbanzo beans.
Right. But also there's a bread or two that I used to do. But hey, you have 2 strokes and try to remember all your cooking recipes. It's like
Yeah, no kidding.
it took me a while. I had to use the potty stool, for
Ugh.
real. I have 3 of them because okay, I sit on the toilet. Yeah. All right, got that part.
It's crazy the things that you have to relearn, just simple things that you have to relearn after you get straight.
Yeah.
One side of my face was total parasite, like, and people were like, okay, Uncle Al needs to go to the home. I said, do that and I'll sue the living hell out of you. They understood that even when I had this stroke.
There you go.
I just don't remember certain things like using spoons or, oh, you use toilet paper and stuff like that.
Oh,
No, you eat it.
At first, I almost did. But there's other things after your 2 strokes you're trying to remember or you get absent-minded. Like Andy, with Peggy and Andy, he wore his coat reversed. He put his legs through the sleeves, and he had the parka hood down between his legs, and he's trying to put the rest of the hood over his head. I mean, the parka. And Peggy looked at him like, what are you doing? I'm putting on my pants. No, dear, it's your parka. Because she was filming this, I'm like, okay, Andy has a stroke.
I think Ginger has a perfectly wonderful idea. I think SOP needs to teach us a class on how to.
Nobody watches those. So I'll tell you who to go watch. Two Family Homestead.
Yep.
Daryl has a lot of videos on things like YouTube Buddy and the one I use, which is vidIQ.
He's denying me, people. He's denying me. Golly, I extend an invitation and he's denying me.
Hey, nobody
Mom
watches
waking
my
up.
instructional videos. The only thing they want to watch is my videos that come up with scary things that are happening, like you expected the end of the world to look how? This is exactly what the Bible says is going to happen. Do not expect the United States to go back to normal. It's not going to happen.
I got even a scarier video for you to do, Dave. Guess who's coming to live with you? It's Nancy.
I got to go, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry
like
about
my
this,
house.
but my mother's waking up and she
Okay.
has dementia. So
Too many
Bye,
things in my
Cloud.
house
folks.
make Nancy go cry.
It's very stormy there. Okay, Celtic, I'm looking. It's still not there. Let me make sure I put my right.
All dropped.
By the way,
Yeah, he
Laura,
said he was leaving.
Oh,
after the pita
Yeah.
bread, I'm gonna make a hummus video.
I don't care for hummus. I like chickpeas, but I don't care for hummus.
Oh, I love chickpeas. Like I just open up a can and just eat them cooked.
No, they have to be in my salad, drowned it. And I didn't mean drowned it. If my salad is not screaming for a life preserver when I put in the blue cheese salad dressing, it hasn't got enough.
I have a friend. It's the same way with the ketchup.
Ketchup?
Yeah.
That's my oldest son. He puts ketchup on everything.
Yeah. My friends always say I put ketchup on my ketchup.
Have a little ketchup with your ketchup, huh?
Hey, I gotta have a little soup with my crackers.
Let me look and see if I put that in there right, y'all.
There we go.
I may have
Nope.
put the wrong thing in.
Yep.
And one of the things to keep mistakes like typing in your wrong email address, I create a spreadsheet, a Word doc with everything I want to go into the on my uploads for whatever it is, and when I have it get it preset. I leave blank spaces where I want to add stuff. Like it says, "Welcome to for the Camp Patton Family Compound." It says, "Welcome to Camp Patton Family Compound." Then I leave a space where I can stick in some more stuff, and then I have all the other stuff down below it, and I do it on the default upload in YouTube Studios.
Yeah.
Well, when you do StreamYard, it won't do it in StreamYard. So I create a separate. I save a template for StreamYard. This live is about this, and then I paste that whole thing in there, so I'm not typing everything over again.
Okay.
Yep. Let me see. Yeah.
I'm gonna start something, and I'm gonna show y'all something here. Give me a minute here, 3 here. Let's see if I can find something to pretend. Shoot. Give me a minute here. Go ahead. I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking for that email. I'm still not finding it. Why am I not finding it for
Could it be in spam?
I did. I checked spam. It's not there.
Did I just
Okay, now I gotta go here.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's see.
Okay, fast, hard, dirty. YouTube secrets. Here is the current upload screen. When you have something like vidIQ, you get an actionable score. So what you can do is you make sure you select a playlist. I'm not going to keep this video up. I'm not going to do it. So I'm not collecting, but make sure you have playlist. Insert into playlists. The more you insert into a playlist, the better chances of the algorithm finding your videos. So if you were doing cooking videos, have one labeled as cooking videos, another one called new uploads, another one called favorite afternoon hobby or whatever, create 2 or 3 different playlists that you can put videos into. Now, if you have vidIQ, you can compare your thumbnail and results. I don't do that. I ain't spending hours trying to make thumbnails. Down here, your tags. This needs to be full. You have up to 500. And see, I leave myself room to add stuff. So if doing something with my air rifle, I could type in Hatsan Flash Pup, Hatsan 25 cal. I'll leave myself a little bit of room. But this needs to be full. If you have more than 10 letters available, you forgot to add something.
Yeah.
Recommended tags. So let's say you don't know what to put in. If you're using vidIQ, you can go here, click on it, and it will give you a list of ideas for you to put in there. So you can populate it. So if you're talking about a prepper's pantry, I now have all kinds of things that I can add until I hit my 500. The higher up here you are, the better off. And the best way to do it's most used, food shortage. And click the ones that are the most used, and you stand a better chance of it coming up on your stuff. Also, fill these in. Video language. Of course, everybody knows I speak strange, so it's not applicable. Recording date. That actually helps the algorithm. Video location. I personally wouldn't fill that in due to, the nature of our chats being prepping related. I would not put in my location, but I think you can get away with putting in a state. A state should be okay. Never put your home city. Never.
Right.
Standard YouTube license. These two are.
Will it allow you to put on location? Will it allow you to put my house? Just say
I've never tried. I've never tried.
And Fishes wants to know, what are we going over? StreamYard or YouTube?
This is vidIQ on YouTube uploads. vidIQ.
Okay. vidIQ.
Right. Yeah, you got to download it. Dave taught me how to download it.
So yes, fine. I'll do a whole video again on this. I've done it once before, but I'll do it again.
Well, you can just share the link to it. We can put it below this. That way, when people see it,
I will see if I can't locate it for you and put it in the private chat there.
Yeah.
Allow embedding, yes. You don't know what that is? It allows others to embed your video in their sites. So let's say you do a review of an item, and the company says, "Hey, would you review this for us?" When you upload your video, make sure you check this so they can take your video, put it on their site. Not only does it get you exposure, it gets them exposure. It's a good two-way street. Obviously, you want your friends and family and those who are subscribed to you to know about it. Make sure this one's checked. Otherwise, they're not going to get notifications that you publish something.
Yeah.
Go all the way down here at the bottom. Checking this can adversely affect your ability to get videos out there if you click, let's say, this is a shooting video and I put gaming. Obviously, I'm not going to get any retention on it. People are going to complain about it.
Right.
No, you don't want to do that. Make sure you put it in the proper place. If it gives you a subtitle box, which that one doesn't, I'll go here to education. It doesn't give you one. Hold up and always make sure hold inappropriate comments, start by top, and this is whatever your personal preference is. Next, go to video elements. Add end screens. Always add an end screen. I get lazy at this sometimes and I forget because I'm not worried about it. I'm not trying to make anything off of it. Add cards. Try and add cards if at all possible. This is YouTube saying whether or not you're smart by not adding pre-uploaded content from somebody else and getting yourself a strike. You were smart and verified that what you're doing is all yours. Then last part. Simple. But vidIQ is what you want to see. So, seeing as I haven't done nothing, let's look at my full report. I've got full tags, tag volume. I'm a little short, which I always leave myself room. It's not saying, another thing you want to do is worry about keywords. So if this was a shooting video for the Hot Sound Flash Pop, I would type in Hot Sound Flash Pop, 25 cal target range or whatever. I put that in here and in description. You want it doubled here as well as, oops, too far, down in here. You actually want it in all three places. That will fill it up. Because what this number right here is, the closer you get it to 50, when somebody types in the word, in this case, hats on or flash pop, in the first 100 results, mine's going to be in there. Guaranteed every single time, because I've pushed this to 50 on several of my videos, and those videos get quite a few views. And here's your checklist to make sure you've done it. Add at least one card, one end screen, closed captions manual. That's if you know somebody that's willing to type out what you say, then do that. I don't know anybody that wants to do that for me, and that's cool. Monetization, now that they've changed the way that works, that's irrelevant. Make sure you've added it to a playlist. Make sure it's public. All these little things getting you closer to 50 will get your videos published faster. Right now, if I were to publish this video with a score of 18.5, my video will almost never show up in search results. Almost never. The only way people are going to watch it is those that are already subscribed, or somebody sends a link to somebody. So right now, if I were to publish this video, it would get virtually no views at all, which I'm not going to. Goodbye. And now I have to go over here and delete that one somehow. I forgot how.
We're trying to delete what? The draft?
Now it's gone.
Right.
But, here. Let me see if I can. All right, this one was published yesterday. It's already had 32 views, a whopping 2 comments. Where are you folks, man? Y'all slacking. Kidding.
Which one was that? The ice one?
Yep.
I thought I put a comment. I must have forgot to put hit the blue button before I backed out and before I got done with it. And
yeah. Julie
deleted it.
And Al. That's it.
Oh,
so I'm gonna go cry now.
Bad.
Kidding.
Sorry.
But also check your analytics too. And the best place to do that is not here. Right there. Keep track of this stuff. Know what you're doing. The more you pay attention to this, I'm down 2 subscribers from normal. Whatever. Let's see, 76 live streams from 76 from lives, 27 views from the last from videos, and it shows you. I mean, if you're curious, where is it? Right there. You can look and see what's getting your views. What's the high one on here? 41 for a short water. That's the one where the little red balloon popped. Okay, so you can go through here and you can see, and you can look and say, well, what's doing good in my channel and what's not doing so good. So like on the under the live stream here, we had 95. What is it like where you're at? And 59 for open chat. So maybe I might want to change the title for Open Chat Night to something a little more exciting or flair, which it doesn't matter to me personally for my channel. But for what you're trying to accomplish, you want to change the title maybe to help draw more people into it that aren't watching it live, that are going to find it after you're done with, shut it down for the evening.
Right.
All right, you got 2 more comments and 2 more likes on your ice one.
About dang time, I swear.
I ran it up on both my channels, and it's playing on the other computer here on both channels.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarsco. I appreciate that. Yeah, if y'all would please hit that like button, I'd sure appreciate it.
By the way, SOP, the game that you play, the other day I was in your, I watched you live.
Yeah, I've seen you clicked on the link.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for it, hit me up. I'll try and answer them for you.
It's a good game. I tried to email you, but I don't know why my email don't came to.
Tasha's got your email, so Tosh, just email Yoshi's address to me, so I can.
Okay, yeah, I'll get it from his channel and email it to you. That'll work.
Thank you.
And then I'll email you.
All righty, sounds good.
Because I also have another channel which I don't put up much content on. It's called Grumpy's Gaming, because I be grumpy old man. So.
No, not at all.
You have not seen
you grumpy?
Not you, Dave.
I thought it was the Grinch.
Hey, Court, it's okay. I wasn't even sure I was going to do this today, but I just felt like I needed it a little bit today, and I've missed everybody, and otherwise, what's the use of having a channel schedule, right?
Channel schedule? I gave up on that stuff.
Oh, man. Makes it. My trivet is my paper plates, Fuzzfork says. Fuzzfork said his TV dinners consists of, or his cooking videos consist of all Stouffer's TV dinners.
Hey, There's ways to spice them up too.
Yeah,
A little bit of this spice, a little bit of that spice.
Yeah. And if you do a review of a TV dinner, all right, this is kind of bland, and then you spice up and keep the review going, hey, you may wind up having a big hit on videos.
You know that you know those Michelinas meals that are like $1 or $1.25 or something at Walmart. I get the macaroni and cheese one just for every rare once in a while, and I love putting red pepper on it. You know, gosh dang it, chili pepper on there.
Try to put bacon in it.
Bacon?
Yeah.
You want to add some spice to it without setting your stomach on fire. Best thing to do is go to your local Dollar Tree, you know, where everything's still $1 for at least the next few months, and pick up some Creole seasoning.
See, I'm okay on Creole, but I like just the red.
This Mike's Creole seasoning, this is probably the perfect blend for Creole seasoning. It's not too hot, it's not too spicy.
Oh yeah,
it's got just the right blend. You can put it on salad. I put it on egg salad sandwiches to give it just
ramen noodles. Ramen noodles, I do. I put.
Oh, you got. I'd have to do a video on showing you how the proper way to cook ramen noodles.
On ramen noodles,
you don't make a soup out of it.
Ramen noodles, I know. I mean, when I do make a soup out of it, though, I put onion powder, garlic powder. I'll put a little bit of bouillon in there. Give it.
The best way to make ramen noodles is, of course, you start off, you boil them the way you normally make them. But instead of putting the bouillon packet that comes with it in there in that water, you add yourself some lemon pepper seasoning, a little bit of Creole seasoning, and a pinch of garlic salt, maybe onion if you like. You take and boil your noodles the way you normally do. Then drain all that water off and put it off to the side for toilet water if you're that of that mindset. And we may need to do that eventually. Anyway, drain all your noodles. Take in 1 tablespoon of butter. Put that in. Stir it all up. As you're stirring that in, add your bouillon packet. And my son loves it that way. He doesn't like it in the soup form. But when I make it dry with, just the ingredients mixed in, he'll eat it every day.
Okay, I'm issuing a challenge to everybody to do a creative cooking video out of things like the ramen noodles or TV dinners. I win. And I want everybody to video and hashtag it creative cooking with prep for it.
Fishes. If I not eat bacon, I that's not supposed to that I don't know it's good. I know it's good.
Yoshi, have you heard of Amiri Sarfati?
Yeah.
Do what he does. This is not bacon. This is not bacon. This is not bacon.
No, this is cow bacon. This is cow bacon.
He says this is cow, but yeah, he doesn't call it bacon, but he still eats it. So, but he's also messianic. Most devout Jews won't touch anything pork.
Yeah.
Hey, Tasha.
Yes.
I already did a creative video. I took the cream of bacon soup and macaroni and cheese and made a chili mac burger and added hamburger to it.
That.
You have to do a new one if you're going to be in this deal.
Yep, okay. You got to do it with ramen noodles.
Let's see. Ooh, I got an idea. Just to go over some of my extra pantry stuff over here. I just gave them an idea. Yeah.
And Tasha, this is a rule you have to make. If they're going to involve themselves in a creative cooking contest, it is a recipe you have to be able to replicate and try out and be able to stomach it. It can't be just somebody putting a bunch of
okay. Okay, in that case,
it's got to be able to be taste tested.
I'm going to need 2 other judges, I think, for this, so that we don't end up with a.
The best judge is a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, but kids sometimes are picky and they don't have as broad of a palate as adults do. That's the only thing.
That's the best taste test because the whole reason anybody would attempt something like this in the first place is future prepping. Okay, I know if I've got ramen noodles and these items, I can make something my kid will eat. It makes it a very low cost, high dietary content meal. if you put in peas or corn or something like that in it to help add some extra fiber and nutrition to it. You know, if you can make ramen noodles with corn or bacon bits or whatever you add to it, and the kid's going to eat it, you know, that's something that if we wind up not being able to go to the grocery store and we've got these products on hand, we still have a way to feed our child.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce.
Yeah.
If you want to judge, you're going to eat everything, take Uncle Al.
Uncle Al,
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to be a good judge because he would be one of those that would probably like everything because he eats disgusting.
He eats balut. He eats, pickled liver.
Oh.
There's only one thing that's allowed to be pickled in my house, and that's pickles.
Yeah. I saw
actually it's relish here.
And some
right, Ginger, I know, but this is just a fun challenge just to see if we can make it kind of funny.
Walmart and something like this, and they have a pickle feet, pig feet.
Yeah. Hey, Ginger, that's why, for me anyway, when I go to make it, and I don't cook it very often because ramen noodles in and of themselves are not exactly the best for you in the first place. Necessarily ramen, but anyway,
right. But I'm just thinking of a lot of things that people prep, whether you like them or agree with how healthy they are or not. How do you zhuzh them up? How do you spice them up? Make them more palatable, make them healthier. I know that, a lot of that stuff, but yeah, I think I'm issuing this challenge. I'll do a separate video just to issue it officially. But yes, be using your creative brains. I'm curious to see what Yossi comes up with, because
y'all have to make sure in the cook to you video, I'm just going to add for it. When you make it, somebody's got to eat it. You can't just make it and say, I'm done with it. And put a bowl on the table. Somebody on the video got to eat the
top 3 or something and then do a taste test, a live taste test.
I mean, but when I do my video, my son's going to have to eat it on camera.
There you go.
When Gil does a video, he's going to have to get somebody to eat something of whatever he cooks.
Oh, that's a good idea. Have somebody in your life.
I'll bring Aiden over. Aiden eats everything.
Now, you can take and put one of them little fuzzy boxes over their face so their face isn't out there, but you've got to be able to see somebody eating it. That's only fair.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I can put
Yeah.
together a video that nobody will eat it, but it'll look awful darn good. Won't taste very good, but it'll look good.
Yeah, but that's why we have the judges. They'll have to taste them. So if you want to be a judge, you'll have to cook this at home, whatever the recipe is. So let's keep it on the cheap, people. Let's not add like truffles and things that are so expensive that nobody could do it. Keep it on the cheap.
Somebody adds truffles, escargot, or some of the other fancy delights out there. I ain't gonna watch it. Sorry. Not to be mean.
Yeah, no. We're talking human food, not pet food, okay?
Escargot is not pet food. It's human food. I just won't touch it.
Yeah. No. We're looking for stuff on the cheap. And I don't mean finding escargot out in your garden and then cooking it, okay?
You can find escargot out in your garden. That's the bad part.
I know, but I'm just saying, let's stick with things that people normally prep, okay? Normal things that people prep.
We shouldn't bring that up because Al's probably got a small herd of escargot sitting in his yard.
I'm sure he does. But just so y'all know, if you have some weird, like what are those, hagfish or whatever, something like that. If you have some weird kind of something like that, we're not doing it. It's got to be common things that people have access to in their stores. Shelf-stable things.
I'm gonna do a turtle soup.
Turtle soup? Well, I'm out. I can't. It's not turtle season around here. I'm out.
The only reason that some of these oddball things are being said is because somebody would try making that and entering it. So
what is that?
It's just like it's just like the hot coffee warning on the McDonald's.
I'm gonna make something with the Kirkland roast beef in broth. Yeah, this is 4 cans of it, but I'll make something with this.
Oh boy.
That's common.
But I can't know why I don't have access to the Kirkland, but
all right. Do you have access to Walmart? You can get Walmart has the what's the brand at Walmart?
It's the same meat. It's just a different can name. It's just under a different name.
Yeah.
But it's the same meat. You can get it at
Yeah.
Walmart.
You can get canned beef and broth that Walmart has its own brand. Members Mart has their own brand. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there
Keystone.
that have that one.
Okay.
Yeah, Keystone.
Okay.
Keystone. That's it.
I had to go look it up.
Well, if I have access to chicken gizzards, really it needs to be shelf stable stuff. So
yeah,
shelf
that's not
stable foods.
shelf stable.
I would eat chicken gizzards. I like chicken gizzards. So I'm just saying, but
and Fuzz Fork brings up a valid point too. Let's we're doing this kind of in jest, so to speak. Yes and no. But if poop hits the oscillating device, which is an entire possibility in this day and age with the way things are going.
And let's give everybody, let's say, the week before Thanksgiving, on this the decompression time. We'll do it then. The week before Thanksgiving on decompression time. But if you want to be a judge, let me know. If you want to be a contestant, let me know. All you got to do is just put in a video and put in the hashtag that I put up above, which is creative cooking with prep for it. Each word capitalized. Hashtag creative cooking with prep for it. And we'll see what you come up with. And if I have a way to have access to them, I'll get them.
If you can, send it to me in email.
Okay. All right. And I'll do a separate video that'll have that hashtag on it as well so that people can find it easily. And with the results. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do for a prize for the winner.
I don't, whether I win those or not, for me, no prize is necessary. It is the opportunity.
Just the acclamation.
For me,
it's fun.
For me, it's maybe somebody hasn't thought of something, and this will give them an idea into something they can start storing. Because my pastor sent me a private message the other day, and he says, I really want to get a little hardcore into prepping. Can you, I want to talk to you about it. So maybe
awesome.
I come up with something that he's never thought of. And now this is something that when I'm done with this, he can actually put into practice. He can start storing these items. So if something happens, and it's like, Fuzz Fork brought up, going to bed on a full stomach with something that at least tastes good, might not be the healthiest, but it tastes good, is a morale boost compared to going to bed on an empty stomach.
You got to realize there's children in the world that eat rocks so that they can feel full, so they can go to bed, and they end up either dying or having to have emergency surgery to get those removed because they're so hungry. So, I think it will be fun to do this. And even if nothing else, it'll just be acclamation, but I'll try to figure out something that I can do. May not be high monetary value because the budget's tight, but we'll figure out something, whether you're in the U.S. or another country. Just do something.
I would put a cap. I would put a cap on the price of total price for contents for the meal, $10 and under. $10. Yeah, that way it $10 can buy. Well, even with prices the way they are, you can still buy quite a bit with $10.
Okay, so now here's the deal. Okay, say we put the price cap at $10. Does that mean, like, if you put a little teaspoon of sugar in there or a little bit of seasoning, do you have to count the whole packet of it that you buy, or do you just divide up to?
If you put a teaspoon of sugar in it, that's like a quarter.
Okay.
Hey,
Tasha, spices, 20 cents.
You could step this challenge up a little bit.
Okay.
$5 and under, $5 to $10, and over $10 recipes.
Yeah, could do.
Because I'm positive what I have in mind is under $5. Because it's $1 for a pound of pasta that I have in bulk storage.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And add the meat and what I have here, and I'm looking at, I can put together something I know I will eat. I know my picky son will eat.
Okay, so here's what we can do on the seasonings. As long as you're not using over like a teaspoon of any type of seasoning or ingredient, we'll just count that as 10 cents per ingredient. Okay. So like if you put in a little bit of sugar or a little bit of salt or whatever, just for each ingredient that you put in, as long as it's under a teaspoon, it'll be 10 cents. So that's included in your price. We'll do it like that. Some seasonings will average out to be a little more, some a little less. And we can do it that way. And
Ginger,
then, yeah, we'll find
Any,
out who.
Ginger, I do believe she's saying any kind of, tight budget type meal. A meal that, hold on, let me stop this from going any further. Any meal that you can make on the cheap, that's going to taste good, that'll fill up the bellies. It's the hard times and we all want to feel a little bit better for a minute. It's the kind of comfort food that'll get you through for another couple of days. If you have to, it's the only thing you get to eat.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, which I know somebody mentioned they can't do tuna noodle casserole anymore because, they had it so much when they were younger and they kind of got food fatigue from it. But those kind of meals, things that you can do on the cheap. So we're not talking about high expensive. If you're doing seasonings like we talked about truffles or something like that, you're not in the right ballpark. We're not going to deal with that. Hey, Christy. So
no fish.
So yeah, we're gonna. If you're doing fish, it has to be canned. Okay, shelf stable foods.
Well, they do make cheesecake now that is canned.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste that good in my personal opinion, but they make a cheesecake thing it's in the can.
Oh, chocolate sauce ramen. Okay, I'm definitely not going to be a judge.
Even bread.
But let me tell you, chocolate gravy's pretty doggone good on biscuits.
Chocolate sauce ramen. My one boy might actually like that.
Same with mine. Mine might like it as well.
Yeah, mine's on the spectrum too that might like it.
Well, see,
just
Charles
don't have the seasoning packet in there.
Right, right. Charles has never had candy called snow caps before. He's seen it the other day when we were at the Dollar Tree. He says, "What's that?" I said, "Chocolate." "Oh, can I have some, Dad?" "Yeah, it's only $1."
All right. And then if there's anybody, this is coming on the season when people are going to be, seeing other people on TV or hearing about other people's Thanksgiving meals. So y'all please think about donating to your local food pantries. Uncle Al has a fundraiser going for food pantry as well. You can give there. But be considering buying a meal for somebody in need this holiday if you can.
By the way, next month before Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be on Courtney's live. I'm gonna cook something for Thanksgiving.
Wonderful! That would be awesome. Love to see that.
Hey, Tasha.
Yes.
Got a safety announcement.
Okay.
Next Sunday is Halloween. Parents, do not allow your kids to eat any of the candy or anything they collect after you've inspected it, especially if someone's giving out apples or oranges, and some people are still doing that. I know this is going to be hard to say, but fresh fruit and stuff, throw it away, because idiots are out there talking and about, we're going to inject this into the apples, or we're going to inject this into the oranges, And
it needs to be from somebody like that you really, really know and trust.
Yeah.
And then you don't know what kind of idiots are doing it in the stores. That's what's so bad.
Yeah. And if you see the wrappers like around a Snicker, one of the mini Snickers or whatever, or Kit Kats, and you look at it, you see a hole punched in it.
Pitch it.
Small hole, toss it.
See, I like when I was a kid growing up in Detroit. Every year the hospital would take and allow parents to bring in their bags of candy and have them x-rayed. So you didn't have to worry about fresh fruits, with knives or razor blades and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, searching for candy that's been tampered with in other ways takes a lot more effort on the parents' part. But what's more important? 2 hours of your time or your child's life.
Yeah.
Morgan, I believe you. Home canned fish probably is better than any kind you buy. For this challenge, though, we need to do things that are accessible to everybody so that if somebody wants to try this recipe, they can. I mean, if you home can your own tuna, but somebody can buy canned tuna at the store, then that's great. You can use your home canned stuff. But the idea is like meals on the cheap. And yeah, we may do 3 categories. I'll decide. Like on the 3 price ranges or something. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be really fun.
I don't know whether to laugh at that fuzz fork or not.
Fuzz Fork is freaking hilarious. I just love Fuzz. Fuzz Fork and I have been friends for a long time, haven't we, Fuzz? Back when I was oily, the oily prepper. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think that's a good challenge, and it helps people think of other meal ideas for cooking from their preps, maybe thinking outside the box, things that they wouldn't have thought about. But yeah, whenever I was a kid, my mom always made sure we had food on the table, but sometimes it was just toast with milk and a little bit of sugar sprinkled over it, or, something like that. We were poor in at certain times, and yeah, we had to learn to, that. I guess that's why I'm a big girl now. I'm not very particular. I just was grateful to have a meal in front of me and ate it. That's part of the reason. on top of health issues, but yeah, fishes. That's understandable. And those that are involved in this, if you have special dietary needs, it would be helpful because there are other people out there that have special dietary issues, and it would be good to find inexpensive meals, because most people think if it's gluten-free, then it's got to be expensive. But so they use that as an excuse to spend a lot of money. And I know a lot of those specialty items can be expensive, but this is a great way to teach some people how to do lower cost meals that are shelf stable to prep if they are having those special food needs. So yeah, I think we should give it a try. Excuse me for my coughing, y'all.
Okay. Yeah, I just what I was doing at the beginning of this, when I was trying to upload a video, I got over at Sam's Club a almost 10-pound, 9.7-pound chub of 90% lean ground beef.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere else it's up over $4 now, and this was, this came out about $3.29 a pound. So yeah, I was just showing what I was doing with that. So, but if I'd known about this, I might have saved some of that and used that in here.
Yeah.
And that was at Sam's Club I picked it up at. And I'm not sure if it was just because our Sam's Club was doing it for local people, local ranchers or not. I'm not sure.
Right. And I will tell y'all, you can check, not for this challenge necessarily, but you can check with your, like with butchers and stuff. A lot of time they have in pieces of things that they sell on the cheap. They sell them on the cheap. So, like in pieces of bacon or sausage, like ground sausage, like if they just have a little bit that they're packaging up for the day and they have a little bit left. So there's times when they'll sell it to you like at the end of the day on the cheap or whatever. So check with them and find out.
Now I do have a question.
Really good deals. Yeah.
Because it may come up amongst the people asking questions about this.
Okay.
What if they take and grow their own, let's say they got a raspberry or blueberry vine out in the backyard, and they dehydrate their own stuff to shelf stable, and they decide to use, say, a cup of that.
That's fine, because you can still purchase that stuff, but they have to figure that into the cost as if they went to the store and bought it. Like they can check for their cheapest price or whatever, or the Walmart or whatever their discount store is, but they need to make sure that if they give a certain price for that.
What about eggs?
Eggs, you can, let me see. I would say eggs, are okay, but I'd prefer it stay shelf stable. But there are ways to make eggs shelf stable, like if you put, like if you water glass them or something. So I would say eggs count. Eggs can count.
Well, you can buy powdered eggs as well. So,
and you can buy powdered eggs. So like maybe if it's a recipe that you're using powdered eggs or.
Here we don't have no powdered eggs and no powdered mashed potato in the stores. It's not very
well. Potatoes are shelf stable anyways. Like you can keep them out for a while. You know what I mean? They're not going to go bad just overnight. You know, it's not something that has to stay refrigerated. It just has to be in a cool place.
Yeah.
It'd be that way for probably carrots too. Onions, you can store those outside of the refrigerator.
Hey, Fishy, Texas toast is the best for grilled cheese sandwiches.
I never thought of this, and Beckwood's Law just made me think of something.
Yeah.
The hamburger into beef jerky.
Hamburger rocks. I've got a video on making them.
Well, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, all right, you run the hamburger. You got the hamburger. If you want to break it a little more, you run it through your own little, meat thing, and add some seasonings to it, sort of like pemmican type stuff. You know, the teriyaki seasoning. Do it, and you just put it on a cookie sheet, roll it out flat and thin, and then transfer that onto the screen.
The thing with that is, unless you're using 100% fat-free beef, it's not shelf stable. It's you eat it within 24 hours, or it starts turning green and fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it. I've tried making hamburger jerky with a couple of the so-called YouTube recipes, and it doesn't last at all. I mean, it starts to stink overnight. So I'll stick with steak. Fat-free steak, and
now Mouse Toast, she does like she cooks hamburger meat
and
drains it off and rinses it raw. Yeah, and then you
can dehydrate hamburger, but it's got to be cooked, rinsed, dried, then dehydrated. Because I've got some I did 2 years ago, and it's still good.
I'd say bread is. For those that want to use bread or tortillas, that's shelf stable. You don't have to refrigerate those. I'll think of, if you think of other things that maybe we need to be thinking about as far as contingencies, I would say like cheese could be made shelf stable if you're waxing it, right? So I would say like hard cheeses would be okay, but no. So like if you shred it, you could do shredded cheese.
I may just had some bad recipes there, Bruce. I just didn't like the way
But try to make as much of it shelf stable as you can using powdered goods, shelf stable goods, and try to limit your fresh items in that, like as far as your meats, your eggs, your milks, things like that. If you can use shelf stable, use shelf stable.
And just to remind everybody, companies like Keystone make canned, shelf-stable canned hamburger, shredded beef, shredded pork chunks, turkey chunks, shredded turkey, chicken, you name it, they make it, and it's in the can. So, and it's not that expensive either.
No, it's not too bad at all.
Unfortunately, my video submission for this is probably going to be a long one, so y'all better bring a bag of popcorn when I make mine.
Okay.
And as well, the only things you can find in cans is fish. Only fish.
Oh, in cans there?
Yeah.
For meat, canned meat, yeah. Do what you can locally. That's all you can do, Yossi. We completely understand how certain areas may not have the accessibility of other things.
Over in Scotland, haggis is the,
Puts hair on your chest, whether you want it or not.
It does.
I'm sorry, I'm not taste testing haggis. No thanks. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's no different than pig's brains. Not going in my fork.
It's sheep. It's sheep, not pig.
It's sheep. It's sheep. This should be interesting, Christy. This really should. All righty. Well, I'm excited to see how this goes. All right. I think we're probably going to call it good for today because Courtney and them are going live later. So I want to have everybody be able to have a chance to get things done before Court's live stream later tonight. I look forward to that. And I thank y'all so much for watching. It's been fun. I appreciate it. Hit that like button on the way out. Hey, Farmer's Son. Sorry, we're signing off. Hit that like button on the way out. And I love y'all. And remember, you can email me with any questions or suggestions on this whole creative cooking.
I want to share something really quick before we go out.
All right.
Where's it?
Creative cooking with Prep for It. And
there.
Look forward to this. Okay, let's see what we got.
Keystone.
Yes, I have some
chicken, turkey, beef, ground beef, pork. Everything you can imagine. Keystone does. Ham as well.
But I want to preface that on one statement. Triple check the cans when you buy them. Run your fingers along the seams. The last can I bought, which still had like 2 years to go on its expiration date, I opened it. The contents were rancid because the seam of the can was bad.
Yeah.
And if I'd have paid attention and ran my thumb over the seam, without even taking the wrapper off, I would have felt the dimple in the seam itself and would have never even bothered buying a can. So double check your seams before you buy them.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can make this a one dish thing, or you can do it as a whole meal. Whole meals get extra points in my book. And
Mine's going to be a
more nutritious, the better. But the point is, we're going to see what we can come up with that staying under definitely the $10 mark. And then if you can keep it under $5, that's bonus points in my book.
Can we have multiple submissions?
Can you have multiple submissions?
Yeah.
Well, you have three
categories. One under $5, one 5 to 10, and one over $10.
Sorry, all of mine should be 1 to 5.
You can have 2 submissions per person. How about that?
Okay.
So you have to pick from that.
I'm gonna have to get my wife in here on this then.
And if anybody wants to help donate to the prize, let me know.
Okay.
Maybe a case of ramen noodle that you get.
That's not bad.
Hey, a $10 gift
need
card.
to be substantial also.
Dave had it.
Do what?
Yeah, just get a Google or Amazon gift card.
There you go.
That way, if Yoshi wins, or Yossi wins, he can use it over there. If somebody from Scotland wins, they can use it over there. No matter where they're at, they can use an Amazon gift card.
And it'll be the price of the meal, so that you'll have extra of that on your shelf, so that you can attain all of the ingredients for whatever meal you see looks delicious. So we'll figure something out, but I definitely want to do that. I think it'll be a blast, and I think we're going to have fun with this. And Morgan, I agree. I can't wait to see how this challenge goes. I can't wait to see. Awesome, Backwoods. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can't wait to see what everybody comes up with. And I love y'all. Thanks, fellas, for jumping up on here with me. Thanks to everybody who came on the side chat. Be good to each other. I love y'all. God bless. And remember,
I'm gonna tell her, Fisher.
She done. She hopped out. Hey, you guys know we can keep this, amongst ourselves. We can keep it
for
going
about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and then it'll auto shut down.
Yeah. Courtney, Viper, and Bob, when I shut mine down, they stayed on. And it was an hour later. I said, it's something just in the back. See, she came back.
I hovered. I didn't even click yet. My gosh.
And they stayed live for an hour and a half.